Hey Leah, so I'm going to give you some feedback on your project 3 or phase 3. I think the logo's coming along great. I like all the changes that you're making. With your logo, there's a little bit more detail than some of the other students' logos, so I know with each phase you had a little bit more to go back and refine and everything than some of the students that had like really, really simple logos. So I think that your logo's looking great. It's definitely progressed really, really well from the beginning. Some things that if you were to keep working on this, I would say or suggest to fix. I like that you started to play with the variation right here in the tie. So I would just work on adding a little bit more variation in him, you know, kind of like you were doing here, but continue on with the rest of it so that it's more cohesive and you carry this style that you started having here throughout the rest of it, because I think that's looking really good. I like that you covered up his face as I had kind of suggested, because I think that makes it a little more ambiguous, and then you're not tied to him having a very specific personality. So I think that that worked out really well. Other things, watch out for little things like there's a little spot showing here between the pants and the foot, and I would smooth out the foot a little bit unless you wanted to go with that kind of almost like jaggedy, like hand-drawn style or something, but then you'd want to make sure that you did it everywhere. So either like I would straighten up the lines here a little bit or carry that style throughout the rest of it. His hands are looking better. They were a little bit thin earlier, but his arms, not his hands, are looking a little bit more healthy. They were a little anorexic before. His neck could probably use a little bit of white right here, so that pops out. Oh, I see, you have the shadow. Okay. When it's on black, that's probably going to get lost a little bit, and it might look like he has a floating head, so you'd want to make that a little bit bigger. And it's hard to tell on here, but I think you have around the mouth, it looks like you might have a different color black there. So, you know, little things like that. But overall, I think he's looking really, really good. You did a great job on simplifying him and everything. Love the text that you chose for this. I think that the layout of it looks really good. Love the color scheme, especially on this color here. Works great. You might want to consider, if you have it on this background color, I like this one here. Maybe try a variation where this is filled in with white, kind of like you did here. But I think what that might do is the white might be too strong against the background, so maybe play with that variation, but it might end up working that it works better with this softer tone here. So, you know, try a variation of this being white and this being white and everything else being white, and see how that looks. Maybe it'll work out better, or maybe it won't. Let's see other things. Oh, really quick, there was a spelling error, variatios, so just make sure that you watch for all of your spelling and everything. Style guide looked good. Like this one I think looks great. I think this is one of my favorite variations. This one and these ones here, I think you did a really good job on. Layout of your style guide, pretty straightforward, easy to use, which is good because that's the point of it. You want it to be really easy for your client to just open it up and understand which colors they're supposed to use and everything. So pretty simple, straightforward. I like your font choices and everything, so looking pretty good. So if you were to just keep work on it, those are the suggestions that I would say is just, you know, play with the line variation a little bit more. But other than that, I think that it's looking awesome. Love the way it's progressed this month. So good job.